Coming up next on The Update, we'll take you to the excitement of Grand Prix weekend in Detroit tonight, plus find out how you and your family can see the races. And a TV talk show host wants to televise a prisoner's execution. Hear what your neighbors have to say about it next on The Update.
This is WXYZ, where 7 stands for news.
Detroit revs with excitement tonight as crowds celebrate Grand Prix weekend. Find out how you can get a trackside seat. Hear how a courageous neighbor rescued a young Detroit girl from the jaws of a vicious dog. And a talk show host crusades to televise a prisoner's execution. Would you watch? Good evening, everyone. Here's what's happening. Prix Day has given way tonight, but the action isn't slowing down. It has simply moved from the Grand Prix racing pits to the party hotspots around town. And the roar of racing machines are being replaced by the sounds of ringing cash registers. That has local businesses celebrating. We have complete coverage of all the glitz, glamour, fun, and high finance from Grand Prix weekend. Channel 7's Mike Huckman has more in this live action camera report from Greektown. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening, Diana. And last week, as you know, they had the boat races. This weekend, of course, they've got the Grand Prix. And next week, as the banner behind me heralds, they've got the World Cup coming to town. So far, this is shaping up as a winning season here in Greektown.
Ackland, party of two, your table is ready. Ackland, party of two, your table is ready.
Make no bones about it. Greektown businesses like Fishbones that did not fall victim to hard times are enjoying good times these days.
Our business has improved throughout the week, up in sales, up on guest count, and from what it looks like tonight, we have a lot of Grand Prix patrons in, and we're going to do well tonight.
And one reason that Greektown is doing so well is that the Grand Prix is drawing visitors from all over the world. We caught up with 3 rugby players from Argentina and a couple who drove 12 hours from Pennsylvania to be here. Their reviews of Belle Isle and Detroit are mixed.
I think it's great. It's a neat track. Not too many others are like this, so it's really, we're having a great time. I think it's really cool.
It's really pretty out here, and like the water set, and it's really nice. Yeah. I like it.
The Argentinians say the island is beautiful, but they have not been impressed with downtown Detroit.
Trying to be very smooth in the steering.
And celebrity race Grand Marshal Emerson Fittipaldi was not impressed with the driving of Channel 7's Eric Smith in today's practice run.
I'm very disappointed. I think he should go back to TV. That's his job.
In fact, all of the stars admitted that their steering was far from stellar.
I wasn't as slow as I could have been. I wasn't as fast as I should be. How's that?
It's pretty scary because you don't know, the walls are very intimidating. And so you sort of panic, and also I was sliding around a lot.
And tomorrow at 1:10 in the afternoon is the celebrity race qualifying round. And then at 10:45 Sunday morning, they race. And if you want to cheer on Eric Smith, and it sounds like he could use all the help he can get, just look for car number, you guessed it, 7. Reporting live from downtown Detroit, Mike Huckman, Channel 7 Action News. Diana?
No question about it. We're cheering Eric on. And here's a Grand Prix fast fact. The race covers 161 miles. That comes out to 77 laps around the island course. Frank?
And a word of advice tonight for anyone planning to drive to Belle Isle tomorrow. If you're not Eric Smith, don't. The racers have the green light. Everyone else will be in the slow lane. Drivers attending Prix Day found out the hard way. It's much easier and faster to take one of the shuttle buses from downtown. Buses have a special lane, so the trip takes about 20 minutes. There are several places to park for a variety of prices, starting at just $1. Now, parking at Cobo Arena and in Greektown is a bit more. The Cobo roof deck and the Ford Auditorium underground and Cobo Hall garages are also available. The action heats up bright and early, beginning with the Barber Saab qualifying. The Indy cars and celebrity drivers hit the track next. And Saturday's events wrap up with the Indy Lights, Trans Am, and Barber Saab races. Ticket prices range from $15 to $150, and 2-day ticket packages are available. The numbers to call are area code 313-259-7749 or dial area code 810-645-6666. And if you want to put it on plastic, you can charge by phone. If you can't get to Belle Isle, we'll take you to the races. Our Sunday coverage on Channel 7 begins at 1:30 with a Grand Prix preview, followed by the IndyCar Championship. So keep it right here on 7. Death stalked another track, this one at the General Motors Proving Ground in Milford. 37-year-old Richard Lee Pierce of Flint was killed when the car he was in was rear-ended by a van. Pierce's car was stopped at the time. The driver of the van, a GM employee, was treated at the scene for minor injuries. Pierce worked for a GM contractor, and he was testing brakes on a Pontiac Grand Am. The full-size van was having its transmission checked. Both tests being conducted on the same 3-mile-long track.
A little girl is recovering from an attack by a vicious dog on the northeast side of Detroit tonight. 4-year-old Gina Costa suffered wounds on her neck and leg. The Rottweiler stopped attacking her when a neighbor fired gunshots. Gina's dad says the dog was running loose in the neighborhood.
There's a lot of little kids playing on the street, and all I know is she always lags behind the crowd, so I guess that was the first person the dog could get to.
Gina was treated and released from the hospital. Witnesses say the man who scared the dog ran away after he tried to shoot it but missed. It's not known who owns the dog. Frank?
Hundreds of thousands more people in the Detroit area tonight are being asked to reduce the amount of water they use. The voluntary cutback includes parts of Detroit and stretches from Redford Township to Novi to the western half of Bloomfield Township. The problem is a water main break and a lack of rain in southeast Michigan. People are asked to avoid non-essential use of water for things like lawn sprinkling, car washing, and filling up pools. 10 other communities were asked to cut back earlier this week. If the voluntary program doesn't reduce water usage, it could become mandatory.
Much more news on 7's Action News Update. Later in this newscast, a woman amazes millions of people with the way she's making medical history. We'll tell her remarkable story. Next, talk show host Phil Donahue battles to show a prisoner's execution on television. Would you watch? Hear what your neighbors have to say. Plus, a local community leader is among the lucky survivors of the so-called flesh-eating disease. You'll hear his story and more when 7's Action News Update returns.